Howdy y'all, this is Dwight. Welcome back to my channel. Well, in this video I want to showcase a cork bark elm as well as a yardadori azalea. So let me turn y'all around and I'll show you what I have. Okay, first I'll showcase this little cork bark elm. I would imagine most of y'all are familiar with the Bonsai channel. And they also have a website where they sell trees and supplies and different things. And I decided to order this little cork bark elm from there. And unfortunately, the USPS decided to take a full week and trot this thing all over the country before they delivered it. But they finally got it to me. And of course, as we can see, some of the leaves got a little bit worse for wear, but it's also fall time, as well as we're coming into some really healthy winter temperatures, and I'm fixing to put this in underneath the crawl space under the house for protection, because we're to get down in the 20s Fahrenheit at night, and I don't want to kill this thing right off from my negligence. But I am happy with what I received. They put a lovely twist in the trunk there. And I've already have ideas of how I'm going to prune this moving forward. And it, of course, came in a smaller little pot. And being we get such cold temperatures here, all I did was slip pot it. I didn't do nothing with the roots. I left the soil alone, but I put it in a large pot with a good amount of soil around it to help protect the roots against the cold. So I believe it will be just fine like that. And of course, like I said, I'm going to put it in the crawl space underneath the house, because it doesn't get down below freezing under there. That way it will be nice and protected. The second one I'm going to showcase is this azalea right here. This is some yardadori, and this was in a hedgerow, and I'll show you where it was. But as we can see, this branch right here, as well as this branch, are the two healthiest looking branches. Everything else has died off. There's been some new shoots come out. This had some leaves on it, but they fell off. They turned brown a lot quicker because another azalea had grown over it. So this was trying to get these two shoots out to keep going as far as that goes. And this was actually very, very easy to dig up. So I'm going to have to be very careful with this, because the root system apparently isn't very large. But I will show real quick where I got this from. Okay, this here's the hedgerow that I got it from. It's in front of the woodwork shop we got here. And where I got it from was all the way down here on the end. And none of these are quite as healthy as that way, because the sun doesn't come down here quite as strong. And this was the very end one, and it was growing all the way up in under there. And this azalea here had grown out on top of it. Now, quite honestly, I could have did a healthy trim on that branch and kept it there, but it was looking, as you can tell, rather weak. And I decided I wanted to try an azalea for bonsai. So that is where I got it from. So as we can see, these poor branches here were shooting off out from underneath. That branch I showed you, it had grown up and all over this section here. So these two here was the only two that was getting any sun at all. And like I mentioned, the sun on that end of the building isn't very strong. So this is a bit on the weaker side, but I do look forward to seeing how it responds to getting good sun, as well as good watering. And of course, next year I'll give a little bit of, I'll be careful, but I'll fertilize a little bit, and hopefully it responds well. So I'm excited to see how that does for me this coming spring, as well as this little corkbark elm. I'm very pleased with it. It's a bit unfortunate the USPS decided to take their sweet time with it, but it was packaged very well. So I have nothing but good things to say of my experience with the Bonsai website or whatnot. And like I said, it was packaged very well, and I'm quite pleased with it, and I look forward to seeing how this does in the years to come. So I do thank everyone for stopping by and taking a look at my 2 new trees. Well, a bush for the azalea, hopefully turn it into a tree-like thing, and this corkbark elm. So I thank everyone for stopping by, and until next time, y'all take care.